Welcome back to the show. I'm back from actually training my client and doing a quick workout myself. I do a kind of workout that doesn't take very long. I do my sets to failure, total exhaustion of the muscle. So the workout works really fast. It keeps my size up so I don't start getting skinny, which is, being overweight is kind of an impossibility to begin with, but it keeps the muscle size up. So I look more like a football player. Let's see, next piece of mail. Please share this with the guys. Hey, Mr. Supreme. I'm not sure if you remember me, but I'm the Nigerian guy, yes. We talked on Skype that you Skyped with about a month ago. I just recently noticed something about myself and women. I'll go straight to the point. Everyone, including you, sir, have told me that there is nothing wrong with the way I look. But for some reason, I spent so many years being my own bully. I was so vain and selfish. I always thought people were looking at me and judging me, and everything had to be my way and always about me. And that's a form of vanity, by the way, brother. That's what I had also. It's kind of a shyness. And shyness, I've learned, is actually, notice how you said about me, looking at me, judging me, you make it all about you, and that's vain. Okay? But anyway, to cut the long story short, I recently went on Google looking for ways to stop being so vain. When I came across a couple of videos of women, girls talking about their turn-ons and turn-offs in guys. One thing in these videos really stood out to me. None of these women mentioned anything about good looks/appearance. This was such an eye-opener and also a relief since I had been putting so much pressure on myself to look like Shamar Moore. LOL. Yeah. Anyway, the main point of this email is that guys need to stop focusing so much on the outside, start focusing more on the inside, because confident, average-looking guy is way more attractive than a vain, selfish supermodel. And there's a fellow on my forum that apparently he's good-looking, but when he opens his mouth, he turns women off really, really fast. Okay, so there's proof in there that it's not just about the physical looks, and he keeps getting dissed or put in the friend zone all the time. He goes, I'm fixing my vanity problem by not looking in the mirror all the time and by doing 20 random acts of kindness to others throughout the day, every single day starting from tomorrow morning. This will train me to stop focusing so much on my own damn self and focus on other people. Exactly. Try giving a compliment to somebody. That'll teach you to look for the good in people. Like I had fellows in my forum only look for unattractive or overweight women and find something good about them. They might have a nice hairdo. Give them a compliment. Hey, you know what? Your hair looks nice today. Or they might have a nice smile or a pretty face. Or they might have nice looking eyes. Okay? So that teaches you to look for good things in people. P.S. That doesn't mean you should be fat. LOL. Still take care of yourself by going to the gym, exactly. Getting a haircut, exactly. And dressing good. Because when you dress good, women do notice that. Religious girl question wasn't answered. My question was one that wasn't answered. What's happening, player? What would you do if you were hunting religious girls? What would Supreme do? Well, I wouldn't be hunting religious girls. Okay. In my life, they got, I needed, back then I needed all the love for myself. If they had too much love for Jesus, I couldn't compete with Jesus. Okay. Because you got to remember where I was coming from. All right. So I wouldn't be hunting religious girls. So that's what Supreme would do. I did date one girl that was, as I said, was involved in that weird religion, a Jehovah's Witness. And she was raised in that, okay? But she wasn't in it at the time, that's my point. Religious girls do have good programming that fits. They know how to be submissive to the man, let the man lead, all that kind of stuff. Okay, but I wouldn't actually go after a religious girl because in my time in the game, I like to have fun. Religious girls, they don't like to do things I like to do, like watch sci-fi TV or sci-fi movies, action adventure. They want to go praise Jesus. So I wouldn't go that route. I don't know what you were raised with there, Lou, but that's not my scene. And good luck to you. Okay, that's what Supreme would do. Coffee dates. Yo, old timer. What's up, Zen Thug? How about I take my old timer shoe and beat your ass upside the head with it? I'm just joking. I like the old timer thing too. It's cute. How long should coffee dates last before going over to a girl's place and going for the lay? Depends on the girl. Okay, I'm looking in my head. To the last one that I had, it was in that date. It lasted about an hour and a half, going on 2 hours. That was the last. Yeah, because I didn't do coffee with Jovina. I did. We went to the bar. Let me think after that. The ones after that. The girl I met at the gas station. Nope. Okay, so it depends on the girl though. When they start relaxing and laughing at your jokes, and you segue that conversation to, you know, I do my animal colored water game, and from there I start talking about sex, you know, because I want to get her sexual background as much as a feeling for it as I can, and see if she's. Since when I was doing internet dating, I couldn't test them on the floor. On the dance floor, I could test a girl, see if she's sensual. Okay, girls who aren't sensual, they tend to be kind of wooden, stiff. That's how they're going to be in bed. By the way, girls who could get freaky and nasty, they were much funner in bed. If that's a word, funner. They were much more fun in bed. Okay, they were more loose. They were able to follow my lead. Depending on if they were submissive, not to. When I'm dancing with them, I got my hand on, we're moving, I'm turning around and we do freaky shit and turn around and get all sensual and shit. If they were able to follow that, then that told me that, you know, that's a good one to connect with. But over coffee, you can't do all that stuff. So you had to go by conversation. And with conversation, I had to see how she was when we start talking about sex. Okay. Let's see. Since I'm a Ver, well, you know, wouldn't it be a catch-22 to get a starter host since I feel pressure to use tools to seduce someone? If I'm not a persuasive guy, then I'm just going to think too much. Wait. Let me go back up. How long should the date last before going for the lay? Because I really want to take the girl I met off POF out, but I've been broke. Well, how about you just invite her to your place? You do live by yourself, don't you, Zen Thug? You don't live with mommy and daddy, do you? I hope not. I don't remember. If not, then go to her place. If she ain't got her own place, you're fucked. Kind of a catch-22, starter host since I feel the pressure. P.S. No pun intended. As creative as you claim you are, have you thought about opening your own nightclub during your time in the game? Yes, I did a long time ago, and I actually investigated, and it was just too much goddamn work. In fact, I was going to open up my one acquaintance, Tall Mr. Negative. He wanted to open up a club with me and stuff like that. That's, you know, I taught myself how to spin records and stuff like that. So I would have that part covered. I would have been the DJ. And here in Sacramento, if you're black, it's hard to get along. Okay. It's kind of funny. I was talking to a brother named Terry that I met at the restaurant last week. And he was, you know, dark-skinned brother. He married a mulatto, and he was talking about how, you know, mulattoes, he called mulattoes hybrids, and they're better than regular blacks because they're the combination of the white and the black, and they're better, and that's how I got my loan for my business. Oh, God, I can only roll my eyes. I had a good argument for 2 hours with him over that nonsense. Let's see. Great. Yes, I have a conversation coming up at 2 o'clock that I'm going to record, and it's going to be part of my package that I'm going to be offering you fellows on how to hold a conversation and keep that conversation going. And I've got a lot of stuff in there. I've got over 100 tips in there. I've got about 25 exercises that you've got to do, and I'm still doing more to the package. Okay. So I want you guys to be able to engage a girl in a conversation and be able to hold a conversation. I even have a section on how to chit-chat, how to develop a chit-chat with a girl, which I'm going to do today is a little bit of chit-chatting and see how far the conversation goes. About 15 minutes of it, okay? And that's all it takes, just to be able to get a phone number, okay? 10 or 15 minutes. You pull out your phone, hey, let's talk again sometime. That's all you got to do, fellas. All right. Val sent me a video, watch in your spare time. It's worth watching. Let's see what we got here, fellas. Okay, I'll have to watch this in my spare time. It's called TGIM Season 3, Episode 26, Get Busy Living. And it's 12 minutes and 58 seconds. I like to scan down and look at the comments below a video. So we'll see what it's about. So as you know, there's one fella that is one of the people. By the way, if you're on YouTube and you're producing videos, that means you made a choice to stand on your soapbox. Okay? If you guys know anything about public speaking, that's a term from public speaking. You stand on your soapbox. If you go back to old days, they stood on a little box and, you know, shout to the crowd, pay attention to me, I got something I want to say. So if you got something you want to say, that means you're a teacher. Whether you want to deny it or not, or whether you want to actually own the responsibility or not, because I went through a phase like that too. I didn't want the responsibility of being a teacher and a guru and all that kind of stuff. But then I realized, you know what? That's some bitch assness. Okay? So if you're on YouTube, and YouTube allows every mama and their Tom, Dick, and Harry to have a soapbox to stand on. All you got to do is click on where it says upload, click on that, and it'll take you to a page. And right now I'm using YouTube to record this video. I don't have to use one of my video recording programs to do it. So that's why my videos are 15 minutes in length. So that gives me a soapbox to preach from or to rant from. A ranter, people who rant, they don't realize that they get followings. Okay? That means there are people who are listening to you. That means they look up to you. So it's your responsibility to be worthy of that. Whether you want to own responsibility or not, and a lot of people, they like to run from responsibility of kids, responsibility of this, that, you know. But when you become a real man, you accept responsibility. Okay? That's what it's about being a man, is knowing what's your responsibility and owning up to it. A lot of people like to play the victim role and say, it was this person's fault, it was that person's fault. You know, so when I talk about, I gained weight, and I said, you know, I ate myself big. I said, after my little brother died, I tell you that I retreated inside. Okay? I own responsibility for it. I'm not blaming my little brother, I'm blaming myself, because I said I ate myself big. Okay? So I ate myself up to, you know, like 100 pounds big. And I said, I told you I internalized that stuff. I didn't go through grief counseling and that kind of stuff. You know, I just internalized it. I went for pleasure, like I said, you know, pancakes, all that kind of stuff, cakes, stuff I never allowed myself to eat before. Okay, because I came from the bodybuilding world. I was a fitness instructor. So I stopped teaching aerobics. I stopped teaching dance. I stopped going to the clubs. I tell you, I stopped doing everything. You know, I internalized everything I put inside myself, and I own responsibility for it. Okay? People who don't accept responsibility, well, they'll say, well, shit, my little brother fucking died. It's his fault. If he didn't fucking die, would have gained the fucking weight. Oh, well. Also, I got sick for a year. I couldn't work out for a whole year last year. I just started working out again on a regular basis. Something called, you never probably heard of, called sarcoidosis. And it's, if you've got any kind of black blood in you, Portuguese, Mediterranean descent, African-American, like, I had a friend in Toastmasters who just died from it. He was, his father was white and American Indian. His mother was black and American and American Indian or Native American. And the people in Toastmasters thought he was a black guy because he had brown skin. Indians, real Indians, normally had brown skin. A lot of the Indians we see today are mulattoes, as we would call. They have white blood in them. That's why their skin is so light. So anyway, and he had straight hair. So people thought for some reason he was black. And I said, no, he's American Indian. He's black. He's got a little bit of black in him. And, you know, I became friends with the fellow. He got sarcoidosis because of the African blood in him. And it comes from being exposure to environments. Like 2 of my relatives are dying from it now. And I was able to beat mine off a little bit. So it looks like I'm out of time. God dang it. Shit never ends, fellas.